As we have discussed, there are many areas within an organisation where individuals can influence the procurement process. Some of the indicators that might identify procurement fraud risk include: a ghost company is generally a company that has no assets or resources and has been set up to divert funds that have been obtained from procurement fraud, theft, or corruption. Generally, these companies can be used in organisations that have weak controls and where an employee can order, receive, and approve payments for goods or services. Indicators might include a paid vendor not on the approved vendor list, a vendor not listed in business or telephone directories, invoiced goods, works, or services can be located or verified, a vendor's address is a mail drop or has no website, or the ghost company is used as a subcontractor where its details or ownership won't be checked by the client. The specification can be manipulated or designed around the supplier's product or services and influence a tender award process. Indicators of this type of fraud might include fewer than normal bidders respond to requests for a proposal, the specification hasn't been approved or signed off, the specification is too narrow that doesn't allow a vendor to accurately prepare the technical bid, its specification is too broad that doesn't assist the vendor to accurately prepare the commercial bid. Bid manipulation can occur when an individual within the bidding process uses their position to influence an individual or the procurement process for the benefit of a vendor. Indicators of this type of fraud might include creating a short deadline for bid submissions that doesn't allow time for companies to submit their bids, deliberately not advertising or deliberately not inviting companies, few returns from vendors or fewer than available suppliers are asked to bid, and clarifications not shared with other bidding companies. Unjustified single-source procurement can be used inappropriately to avoid a tender process, or directly award a contract to a vendor by corrupt means. Examples and indicators of fraud might include inaccurate or poorly written justifications for single-source procurement, no single-source justification form completed or authorised, it's a commonly available service, the supplier hasn't done this type of work before, or the product or service hasn't been single-sourced previously. It is not uncommon for vendors who provide a low price to win a competitive tender to try and recover these monies through fraud during the lifetime of the contract. Indicators of overcharging might include increased headcount than what is present, resources billed for on multiple projects, no supporting paperwork for invoice submissions, and prices don't match the schedule of rates or blank purchase agreements. False claims can include the submission of false or inflated invoices for goods, works, or services that weren't provided, were already paid for, or values or quantities inflated or misrepresented. Examples of fraud indicators might include an invoice that is received in a different format than usual by a supplier, no evidence that the works or services have been carried out, the invoice doesn't match the requisition or purchase order, or the billing for working hours increased without evidence or justification. Assets can be misappropriated through theft or fraud that can be hidden through the creation of false documentation. It is recognised as a significant financial risk by many global organisations. From over 5,000 respondents in the PwC Global Economic Crime and Fraud Survey, of the top 4 types of fraud, asset misappropriation was ranked third. Examples of indicators where asset misappropriation may be a risk include regular losses of high value, repeat or attractive items, materials overstated within projects, missing or incomplete data within goods receipt, asset registers, requisitions, purchase orders or invoices, high levels of write-off, scrap, damaged or obsolescence equipment, or significant losses of equipment in transit. Counterfeit, inferior or substituted products can impact all sectors where there is profit to be made from these goods, particularly from items that can be produced in volume. The variations of these products might include a component of a legitimate product is fraudulent, illegitimate product is designed to look like the exact copy of the legitimate product, all aspects of the fraudulent product and package are fully replicated. The World Health Organization, when defining counterfeit pharmaceuticals, categorized them as substandard, unregistered or unlicensed and falsified medical products. An environment for bid rigging provides colluding companies with the opportunity to communicate. A cartel of companies is easier to manage when there is a fixed price in a project, and is more difficult when there is a breakdown of pricing. Cartels have a greater opportunity of success where there is a limited bidding pool, or poor procurement controls and staff ill-equipped to know what pricing to expect or understanding of products they are contracting. To ensure a greater opportunity of success and give the periods of competition within the bidding process, a number of indicators of bid rigging can include: colluding companies agree which company will win the bid or future bids and which company will act as a subcontractor. The cartel of companies agree to inflate the contract price that allows for sharing of profits between the losing bidder. To ensure the company submissions are accurate, colluding companies share their pricing information and bid submissions. A company may fail to respond to the bid request or withdraw their bid to give the impression of competition. A vendor either submits a bid that is too high, is poorly written, or has additional terms that rule it out in the selection process. In an attempt to profit with competitors, a company may agree not to bid or develop business in a particular region to profit from its market share. Procurement law or organisation bidding procedures may make a stipulation around the complete and clear submission of bid paperwork. This gives a colluding company the opportunity to make mistakes or not complete submissions correctly to ensure that they are ruled out of the process.